around as well. Everyone has that grandkid or son or whatnot. So everyone kind of celebrating here a special moment, getting together for the holiday season. But even when we're not together, you can celebrate everyone in such a special way. So obviously Johnny there in Conway, Kentucky, also from Curran in Charlotte, North Carolina. A little bit of an old school photo, and would not advise what is happening in this picture, but sometimes, you know what, that happens. Toddlers, they can get the best of you. Saying to the best mom ever still tells me when I call her that I'm still her little 5-year-old boy in her eyes, and that is going to make me tear up, get emotional here on Live Now from Fox, as they're just doing a little bit of a taste test. I believe that is apple cider, I think, Curran. So obviously doing the best, but saying you're the best mom ever, showcasing this photo. Some of the fun moments are always good. That's what moms love. Not only the sentimental moments, but the moments you all remember of sharing a beverage of some kind. So they're from Charlotte, North Carolina, coast to coast. From Glendale, Maryland, Michelle saying happy Mother's Day. And this potentially could be before her special day. You can see the giant ring in the background, and just walking down the aisle, giving the sons and daughters aways are so very special for parents. An emotional day, a big day for so many people, but they're a very cool selfie here on this Mother's Day. The bouquet of flowers, the heart, always very good. Again, Austin there from Punta Gorda saying, my mom and I at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. So you can see them celebrating this day at the happiest place on earth, potentially the happiest woman on earth, saying what she means to this individual. Austin putting this out there. Walt Disney World, you can share so many different memories on vacation. You always remember so many of those. So very special to send them when you're at home over a meal or on vacation. Sometimes it's stressful, but you always remember the most. From Modesto, you can say Dan sending this in from California. She still makes sure I am well fed. So moms, mothers, wives, so very special. All mothers come in all forms and fashions. So obviously a little bit of an old school photo there. Even through the years, they celebrate moms in such a great way. Let's continue on, though. We have even more people coming in here. Trevor Gibson from Scottsburg. My loving mom and me, I couldn't have asked for a better mom. She's been with me through my highs and lows. And that's what moms do, obviously, adversity in so many people's lives. But there, through the thick and thin of it all, you can see there mom with also her dog. So obviously a very cool photo, sharing it on this Mother's Day. So very fun. Mothers Love Brunch. I will give that little tip out to all those people out there if you're thinking of something to do next year, or even if it's not Mother's Day. So Cassidy from Tampa, I bet she knows about brunch, saying my mom still calls and texts me every day, and I love her for that. That's such a special thing in 2026, what you're able to do, the connection you're able to continue on every single day, either sharing a good morning text, a good night text, sending in pictures to your mom of your grandkids, of what they mean to them, or just asking for advice, asking for commentary on parts of your life, because they have been through so much and they can instill some of the wisdom upon you. So Cassidy sharing this one in from Tampa, Florida. From Latasha Bell in Lancaster, happy Mother's Day to grandmas, and obviously grandmas, great-grandmas out there also share this so very special day. They are in line with all of this, so don't forget to call your grandmother as well. Jonah, I know you already called your mom today, so maybe you can call his grandma too. Jason Graham from Fredericksburg saying, my mother has and will always be with me no matter what. I love you, Mom. So sharing a very special, potentially going on a walk, just talking, walking. That's sometimes, even the silent moments are good moments shared with mothers. Just being there around them in close proximity is what mothers like to do best. So obviously, if you want to share your mom, showcase Happy Mother's Day with us, QR code, top right portion of your screen, you'll be able to upload your image. Go to that Share Now tab, upload the photo, share your name, your location. a city and state would be preferred, so we can kind of call you out, showcase where you are coming in, watching our program here on this Sunday. And then a special message, a special memory or moment you have with your mother, because we all have such a unique, special relationship with our moms, with our grandmothers, as they really are honored in a truly special way on this Mother's Day here in 2026. I'm Andy Mack. We're back after this. Welcome back in here to Alive Now from Fox. I am Andy Mack. We're continuing to showcase those special women in our lives on this Mother's Day. And if you want to include yours, you can share them with us here on Live Now from Fox at this QR code. Scan it on your screen, the top right portion. Open those phones on those cameras on those phones. Show us a picture of you and your mom. Your name, your location, city and state preferably, so we can kind of pinpoint where you're at. And then also a special moment or message to your moms here. Obviously, flowers, cookies, a card, anything else goes a long way, but you can also shout it to the rooftop, share it with the world here on Live Now from Fox. Let's take us out right now to this conversation my colleague Karel Lahara had about an author talking about supporting moms, what you can do on this Mother's Day and every day of the year here on Live Now from Fox.
Conversation around what experts call the, quote, mental load. It's shining a light on some of the work that often falls disproportionately on women. Joining us next to talk about this a little bit more is Nicole Johnston. She is the author of Taboo Topics, Things Women Should Talk About But Don't. Nicole, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, let's just start with this. The basics of what we're going to talk about today is this, quote, mental load. So for viewers that have never heard that term before, what is that in reference to?
This refers to the work that has to get done, but it's not necessarily the most fun. So we're talking about at work, it's planning meetings. At home, it's making sure that dental appointments happen, that the uniforms are ready, that the laundry's done, that you know what's on the shopping list. It's all of the details that make work and life flow.
And you know what's interesting about that? Because we're going to get into more about how this really falls on moms. I'm speaking to some of my coworkers, and even though we're grown-ups here, their moms still ask them if they've gotten a flu shot. Mine will ask me if I've eaten today, if I've slept well. So it's kind of this thing that moms just do innately and naturally here, and that's where we're going to dive in here. Why do you think some of this mental load, even though it's work, it's sometimes underestimated when it comes to what it brings to the family?
Yeah. So if you think about a full-time job, that is roughly 2,000 hours of work throughout a year. The mental load for moms is another 520 hours on top of that. And we're talking about the family management, the maintenance, everything else that's happening. And if you've ever wondered why your wife or mom is mad at you over what seemingly is a small thing, in their mind, they've already asked you about this 17 times and you just haven't done it. And now it becomes more work for them. And so the mental load represents hours upon hours of time that they're making sure everybody else's life functions, but maybe not time for their own.
Sometimes we hear women say that they have become the quote default manager for family logistics, and they don't necessarily choose that role for themselves. Now, how does that dynamic develop, Nicole, over time?
Well, there's ways that it develops that are a little more intentional and a little less intentional. And what I mean by that is the less intentional ways are you might just naturally go to what you're good at. And maybe you are the better cook. Maybe you are the better planner. Maybe you are more comfortable having the conversations with the teachers or the doctors. And so that becomes your identified role. It was never discussed. It was never planned, but it just sort of evolved that way. The unintentional is the weaponized incompetence.